Hi everybody, my name's Rosie and welcome to my channel. How are you all? I hope you're all doing really well. So today we are going to do a cheeky little favourites video. I don't often do a favourites video, but I love watching other people's favourite videos. So I've been like keeping a list now over the last couple of months of things that I have really enjoyed using, things that I maybe don't talk about as much on here just because they take longer to finish, or it's TV shows or YouTubers or, you know, that sort of thing that doesn't get brought up in my everyday content. And I thought I'd do that with you guys today. Now obviously I love things like my Fanola shampoo and things like that, but I'm actually not going to include those in here just because you guys have heard me speak about those things so many times in my empties videos. Today I wanted to gear it more towards things that I don't talk about in my empties videos just because I haven't yet finished them, or they take a lot longer to finish, that sort of thing. Hope that makes sense. Before we get started on all of that, if you are new here, I do have two little pugs, so snoring and grunting will be heard in every single video of mine. But yeah, let's get into it. So one of the main reasons that I wanted to do this video is, if you have been watching me for a while, you will know that I do suffer with adult acne, hormonal acne. I get really bad like cystic acne, and my skin as of late, the last few months, has been beautiful. I have hardly had any spots. And the ones that I have been getting haven't been that horrible cystic acne. They've just been like the odd little whitehead here and there. The scarring that I have has been so much less noticeable, and I've just all round been feeling really confident with my skin. I've been going out a lot more without makeup, not as conscious of myself. With all that being said, I decided to film this video today, and this morning I woke up with a really big bit of cystic acne, which is the first bit that I've had in such a long time. So it's just, you know, it's just sod's law, isn't it, is what we would probably say. Sod's law that on the one day that I decided to sit down, but I thought, you know what, it's still normal skin. Nothing that I'm going to be talking about is a complete miracle worker. It's not magic, but I have got a new skincare as of late that's been working really well for me, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. But before we get into that, I've just got a couple of other odd bits that aren't skincare and makeup related that I just want to get out of the way first. So I don't have really very much within the food or drink section, only one item, and that is my beloved bedtime tea. I love this stuff. So I am somebody that loves sleep. I absolutely love sleep, but I do struggle to sleep sometimes. I go through phases, but sometimes I really struggle to sleep or get to sleep. I struggle to fall asleep. Once I'm asleep, I'm alright. But I'm one of those people that my mind will not shut off, and it will whirl and whirl round for the longest time. And sometimes I'll still be awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm aware that I need to get up in 2 hours, and it makes me more anxious, and then the less I sleep, etc, etc. Now my best friend bought me these a few years ago. Like, she always gets me like random little things in my Christmas or birthday presents. I think it was around Christmas time, and I have repurchased them ever since. I just love it. So these are by Yorkshire Tea, and it's decaffeinated bedtime brew with vanilla and nutmeg. Now, one of the things for me is where I have struggled to sleep, I don't drink caffeine after 4 or 5 o'clock, but tea is one of my favourite drinks. I drink a lot of tea, too much tea, but I don't like your fruit teas. I don't like flavoured teas. I like a good staple Yorkshire tea bag. I'm not interested in anything else. I just want your good English breakfast. It's not even called English breakfast, is it? But your staple Yorkshire tea bags, milk, 2 sugar, just in case any of you ever want to make me a cup of tea. That's what I love. So when she introduced these to me, or when she got them for me, I didn't use them for ages because I just assumed that I wouldn't like it because it's not normal tea. I actually love this stuff, and I can even drink it without sugar. I do prefer a little bit of sugar, but obviously not good to have some at night time. So yeah, I can even drink this without sugar. It's lovely. It's a really nice, warming, like cozy, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's a really just lovely tea. So if you struggle to sleep, you're not keen on all your fruit teas and all of that stuff, your chamomiles and whatever, then this might be really good for you. It's really flavoursome. I put milk in it. You probably wouldn't have to, but I do. And yeah, I just love this stuff and I continue to rebuy it, so wanted to share that with you guys. Next up is candles. I've always loved candles, but recently I've been burning more candles than ever. I just am literally of an evening sat in my living room with like 3 candles burning at a time, and I'm just loving it. Like, I'm really enjoying it. But my favourite candles have got to be the sand and fog that you get from TK Maxx. I'm blown away by these candles, and for the price. I have finished loads, but I brought like 4 with me. And I'm actually keeping the pots because one of my very good friends likes making her own candles and stuff, so these pots will be perfect for her. She said that she wanted them. So yeah, I've got 4 here. I didn't actually mean to, but they're all pumpkin scent. I have had loads of other scents from Sand and Sky. It's just obviously with it being Halloween as of late, they're the ones that I sort of burnt. But they're so beautiful. They burn so lovely. They look so nice, and they're so affordable. Because I'm that type of person, I've still got the stickers on the back, who cares. So this one in particular was the pumpkin patch, beautiful, and that was reduced down to £7 for a 2-wick candle, absolutely fantastic. I had another one which is spice pumpkin, and it had all the little Halloween-y ghosts on it. That one was £8.99, absolutely stunning. Again, finished that one. Then I had this one which is just so pretty. It's got a lid, I left it in the other room, that's got pumpkins cut out on it, and it's called Harvest Wreath. And I just loved the orange glass. There's obviously a tiny little bit left in each, but that one was a tenner for a 3-wick candle. But they all burn lovely. And then another one that I've got here, white pumpkin, again, which was £7.99. Yeah, it's just got the little bit at the end, but they just smell beautiful. It's just coincidence because of the time of year, like I say, that they're all pumpkin scent, but I've had a lot of other scents. At the minute I'm actually burning one that's like mulled wine. It's beautiful. I bought it last year and I just didn't burn it because I was going for a phase then where I was like, oh, I don't want to burn the nice pretty candles. But now I'm very much like, if I've got a candle, I'm going to burn it because, you know, they're to be burnt. They're not for decoration, and they're so affordable that I can get more. And actually the one that I'm burning at the minute like is supposed to cancel out pet odours, which they do those. It says on the lid, like, it has little paws. But also for Christmas, if you're struggling financially and you want a gift for somebody but don't want to break the bank, one of those candles would be lovely. I'd be more than happy to receive one of them candles as a gift for Christmas. £7.99, £8, and they look so much more expensive, and they smell beautiful, and they last and burn really well. So that's another reason that I wanted to mention those in this video. I also wanted to mention one of my most recent favourite purchases. I haven't actually got it here with me because it's downstairs on the couch, and honestly the dogs have been loving it as much as I have, so it's a bit stinky. I need to put it in the wash. But it is a heated throw blanket. Now, I have always been a fan of a heated blanket. I've always loved them, the ones that you have on your bed. And you know, when I was working in pubs and stuff, my mum would always text me and be like, I've put your heated blanket on. And when I get home from like late in the winter, 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, I'd get into bed and it would be so nice and cozy and warm. And I don't sleep with it on, obviously you don't ever do that, but it just warms up the bed lovely, and I'm someone that loves being warm, so for me it's perfect. But they do the same thing, the same concept, but as a throw, so a nice fleece lined blanket, and it's been the best 50 quid that I've spent this year, honestly. So actually another YouTuber called Maxine spoke about it in one of her videos, and she sent me the link for it because I was really intrigued, and I remember thinking £50, I feel like that's a lot of money, and I ummed and ahed for it for ages, and then I was getting so cold, didn't want to put the heating on yet, and I thought I'm just going to do it, and it is beautiful. It costs around 2-3 pence an hour, I believe, to use, so a lot cheaper than having the heating on. But especially if you are someone that isn't using the whole of your house at that time, so like if you're on your own at home and you're just staying in one room cuddled up on the couch or whatever, then it's perfect for that. I do have mine on the couch, I don't have it in bed because I have the heated blanket on my mattress for that. But when I'm cuddled up on the couch, yeah, and no one else is in and the heating doesn't need to be on, it is just the best thing ever. It is so snuggly and warm. I tend to put it on, like, if I'm really cold, number 6 to start off with, and then once I get snuggly, I turn it down to like number 2 or 3. The exact one that I got is sold out now. I actually got it on eBay. and that's another reason I haven't brought it up here. But when I looked, there are loads and loads and loads. So I'll leave some links down below to some other ones, but obviously keep in mind that I haven't actually used those ones, so have a look on reviews and stuff. But again, would make a fantastic Christmas present for somebody that you know loves being toasty and warm. Moving on to a bit of TV and stuff now. I watch a lot of TV, I watch a lot of YouTube, I often have things on in the background. And I am somebody that I can never remember names. I'll watch a film and I won't even know what it's called. And then someone will say to me, oh, have you seen this film? I'll say no, they put it on, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen this. I'm one of those people. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the dyslexia in me, but I struggle to retain names of people, of like names written down, of shows, anything, products, anything. I just forget. I cannot retain the information. Pictures, faces, anything like that, I can remember. So often if someone says, oh, have you seen this? I'll have to Google it, and I'll only need to see, like, you know, the picture of, you know, the main picture of the film or whatever, and then I can tell you yes or no. Even my best friend contacted me recently, I'm going off on a rant now, and was like, oh, a new series of this is out, I can't remember what it was, and I said, oh, I don't think I've seen it, and she said, yeah, you're the one that told me to watch it, and I just could not remember. Honestly, I could not remember. So that is what I'm like. So I do find it really difficult, like when I was thinking of this section of what to put on here, because there's loads of things that I've watched and I've loved, but I can't remember names of them. So some of the simple ones that I do remember, first of all, RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm sure a lot of you have watched it, and if you're into that sort of thing, you probably would have watched it already. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. I've watched every season. I get excited for them every week. I'm currently watching the UK one that's out in the minute. I'm halfway through the final episode on that one. I can never remember the names of the contestants and things like that because of what we've just spoken about. But I love it, and I get so invested, and I just really enjoy watching it. It's really fun. It's just fun, light-hearted TV, but also addresses so many issues, which is so important for us all to consider, regardless if you're within that community or not. I find it really interesting hearing some of the people's backstories, where they've come from, what hardships they've had. But I also love the light-hearted side of it, which is people making themselves feel their best, yeah, and that is what it's all about, and I just love it. And I also love the sassiness that comes with it. I love the creativity that comes with it. I love watching the makeup, I love watching the transformation, and I love RuPaul. So yeah, I really enjoy RuPaul's Drag Race, something that I've always watched, well, for the last few years since I found it, and something that I will continue to watch because I enjoy it so much. Another thing that I enjoy watching, because I just like to have it on in the background, is Catfish. You're gonna be like, fucking hell, Rosie, like, pick something with a bit of substance to it. But I just find it, again, a really easy watch, but I find it interesting as well, like the psychology behind it all. I know potentially some things are dramatized around it, and honestly I'm not that keen on the UK one. I don't really like the host of it that much, but the American one, I just find it interesting. I find how it's quite often vulnerable people who are in a low place in their life at that time, and they get sucked in by somebody who is selling them a dream, is making themselves out to be someone that they're absolutely not, and then sort of how it all unfolds. Obviously they're all different and they all end up differently, and some end up really happy and they're not actually catfished, but 9 times out of 10 they are. I find it quite interesting. I am also someone that's been catfished in my life, not that dramatically, like I wasn't talking to them for a long period of time, but I am someone that's done a lot of dating, so I have turned up on a date before and the guy wasn't who they said they were, and various other things like that. And so it's something that I can relate to an extent, but something that, yeah, I just really enjoy it, the psychology behind it all, as well as, you know, the whole storyline. So it's something that I've just been, I used to watch it before, I'd stopped watching it for a long time, I'd forgotten about it, and MTV recently have been playing it non-stop, so usually while I'm editing or something I like to have it on in the background. But yeah, it's just something that I find interesting and I enjoy watching. I also love a bit of horror as well, and I rewatched recently The Haunting of Hill House. think that's what it's called, on Netflix. It's old. I think it came out in like 2018. I watched it then, and I remember loving it, and then I rewatched it over like Halloween time, and I just really think it's great. If you're into horror, it's one of the best ones that Netflix has done, in my opinion, although they've done quite a few that I've really, really enjoyed. I love sort of a thriller, or I'd say it's more like a thriller, scary film. I'm not that keen on horrors which is like blood and guts, although I watch it, but I'm not bothered about like saws and things like that. I love the psychology behind it all. I love the thriller. I love being like scared and jumpy and all those things. I know it's a bit weird, but I do. So yeah, if you haven't watched it, I would recommend it if you enjoy a good thriller or scary film, because the story is interesting. It's got some really good twists and turns, and yeah, I thought it was actually scary, because a lot of scary things that I watch aren't actually scary, but I thought that was pretty good. There's lots of other Netflix things that I could sit here and list off, like Atypical, that was fantastic, some about a young lad who has autism, but it was like a comedy aspect of it as well. That was really, really good, but really interesting as well. And yeah, Dharma was good, but I like, again, things like that. Loads of different things. I will think of a few more and list them down below, but those are sort of like the top 3 that I've just been watching a lot recently, or have just recently finished. Moving on to YouTube then, in the same sort of topic, things that I enjoy watching. I watch a lot of true crime. Again, I know, don't worry about me, I don't need to be in an asylum. Maybe I do, I don't know, but I just take a general interest in this. I think a lot of people do, honestly, find it all very interesting. But one person, which I think I've spoken about before, that I really love true crime wise is Emma Kenny. She's fantastic. I think she does the victims of the crime absolute justice. She really goes back on their lives. I do find with a lot of true crime content that you watch, it focuses solely on the perpetrator, which, you know, fine, but with Emma Kenny, she really does focus on the victim as well. I think she really keeps in mind how the victim's family were to feel if they were to watch it. But she also has access to a lot of information that other people don't, just through her ties, because she's been on TV and works with a lot of psychology. That is her background. She's worked with a lot of victims herself, not necessarily ones she's speaking about, but she has a various different amount of experience when it comes to the true crime, the psychology behind these things, the legal side of it, and yeah, I think she's just a really great person to do that kind of work. But also, she tells the story fantastically. She's a lady that can really speak and tell a story well. I am not like that at all. I find it really difficult to just talk, not in day-to-day life, but just in front of a camera. I would never be able to sit with a story that wasn't my own and tell it to you guys well. I'd be stuttering, I'd be umming and ahhing. I do that enough when I'm just talking about normal stuff. It pisses me off. There you go. I just wouldn't be good at that. As much as I would love to do something like that, I would just never be good at it. The research side of it, she's fantastic. Her brother gets involved a lot as well, and she's grown massively, and I would definitely recommend her if you enjoy true crime content. Somebody else that I found in the last couple of weeks, which is a little bit more light-hearted, is someone called Luxeria. I believe that's her name. Yeah, I just double checked. Luxeria. So Luxeria, I don't know loads about her because I've only stumbled across her through the last couple of weeks, but I have been enjoying the content so much. I've been binge watching her. I've had her on constantly whenever I've got access to my phone or telly or laptop. I've got her on in the background of whatever I'm doing, or if I want to sit and really watch something, I've been watching her as well. She literally goes back to 90s and 2000s TV, all the TV that I used to watch growing up, UK based TV, and goes through it all, and basically it makes absolute sense why we are as fucked up as we are mentally and emotionally. Like, it is insane the things that we used to watch and the way people used to talk about people and think it was acceptable, and none of us used to batter an eyelid at it. Like, it's crazy. And sorry, I said that she did a lot of UK TV, and she does, but she also comments on like America's Next Top Model. I've been binge watching those ones at the minute. It's so fascinating and really has made me, it's really hard to explain how it's made me feel, but it's really made me look at my own self and my childhood and my teenage years and think, well, no fucking wonder I was so horrible to myself because of these things that we used to watch. It's even as basic as changing rooms. If you're from the UK and you're, you know, not 10 years old, you would have seen changing rooms. You would have loved changing rooms. I love changing rooms. It was huge on British TV. But the way that they talk about people, the way that they put people down, the homophobia in these shows is insane. And I can't believe that it was just so accepted. Another one that they do, which I've binge watched them, and she actually does it with another person, her best friend, Rolly, I think his name is. They did it about Trini and Susanna, like what not to wear. Who remembers that? I completely forgot about that show. And oh my God, it is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting how these women used to humiliate people, talk down at people, criticize people who didn't, quite frankly, even want to be on these shows. Like, these were just people who were living their day-to-day lives, and someone in their life said, oh, actually, I think they look shit, so put them on this show. And they didn't look shit. And it's just insane. And they literally emotionally bully them into thinking that they look shit, even though originally they were happy with how they were because there was literally nothing wrong with them. And they contradict themselves constantly. They bully people, they belittle people, they humiliate people. And the fact, I remember watching these shows. I remember watching them, like, with my mum or whoever, and they were fucking awful. Like, literally awful. They would, like, honestly assault people on there because these women would be standing there and then they just got them and grab their tits. Like, look how small your tits are, or look how big your tits are. Like, absolutely horrendous, and all things that I'd forgotten about. And because it was normal back then to think that way and for that all to be acceptable. But they were literally calling people fat, talking about their fat asses, their thighs, like, absolutely insane. And I found it so interesting watching this content from Luxeria because, like I said, it explains so much of why we are, like, people of my generation, people that were born in the 80s, 90s, and, you know, why we have been so horrible to ourselves whilst there was so many eating disorders. Like, everyone knew someone with an eating disorder. As far as, you know, we did. If you didn't have one yourself, you knew someone that did. While people struggled so much with their image, with their individuality, being themselves. And also, it's really shown how far the world has come, in my opinion. Because, yes, there's still so much toxicity out there. There absolutely is. But we definitely have come a lot further in accepting ourselves and accepting other people as well. And I only hope and pray that that continues. But honestly, guys, go and check her channel out because it will remind you of just, honestly, it's fucking insane. It's absolutely insane. And yeah, you've got to go and watch it, honestly. So that's another favourite. Okay, so let's move on to the physical products that I have here to share with you and talk to you about, including some makeup, skincare and some perfume. Okay, so first off, let's talk about some scents that I have been loving using this year. First off, a goodie that everyone knows about, I would assume, and if you haven't smelled it yet, you definitely should, is the Brazilian Crush by Sol de Janeiro. No one knows how to say it, do they? I love this stuff. I enjoy the cream, it's nice, but the spray I absolutely love. It is always one that I take anywhere with, that I don't need to worry about it being a glass bottle. People, I think, would look at the price of this and be like, I'm not spending that on a body spray, and I completely get it. I'm definitely the same. However, one spray of this is all you really need, and I get so many compliments when I wear it. I have spoken about it before, so I'm not going to go on about it too much. Plus, I think you already know, but it has to be mentioned because I do use it so much. I've got one of my very good friends onto it, not on purpose, just when we were on holiday, she smelled it and loved it. And it is just a beautiful scent, beautiful scent. But also I've been pushing myself out to try some of their other scents as of late, especially since Kellyanne, who again I'll link down below, her YouTube's fab, she mentioned it on one of her favourites videos, and I had already ordered a kit, a pack of 4 of different scents. If you can get that kit, if they still sell it, I would highly recommend doing so, because then you get to try a little bit of all of them out. But I just think this one's lovely as well. This is in 40, and this is black, amber, plum and vanilla wood. I honestly love all of them. I could have brought all of them in. I'm not going to bore you with that. But yeah, I just love these sprays. And these little ones in particular, they're really, really nice. So yeah, I just wanted to mention those again. I know I have spoken about them before, but there's no point of me doing my absolute favourite sprays if I didn't mention those. Another one that I really love, and I know because this is the second one that I've bought this year, is actually the Ariana Grande perfume in, what one is this called? Is it Sweet Like Candy, I think? Like, it reminds me of Gemma Collins. Let me remind myself, because again I'm shit with names and can never remember any names. Yeah, Sweet Like Candy, I thought so. So this is a pretty affordable perfume. I have smelt some of her other ones just when I've been going around the shops, but this one I really, really love. It's in this pale pink packaging. They do also do one in a see-through glass. I don't know what that one smells like. Let me know down below if you love it, but I don't know what that one smells like. It's got this adorable little pom-pom on. You can find this on an offer so often, and I've got 100ml here, and I don't think I paid more than 30 quid for it. It is so nice if you like sweet scents, which I really, really do. Again, when I wear this, because this is one that I'm happy to wear, you know, day to day, because it's not overly expensive. I get so many compliments on this. When I walk past people, I get so many compliments. My last favourite perfume, and I absolutely love this perfume, is the YSL Black Opium. I'm sure, again, a lot of you have smelled this perfume, and I do think it'll probably be a love or hate perfume, and it's quite interesting with this one. I remember not last Christmas, the Christmas before, my sister asking my dad for this perfume, and I smelt it in the shop, and I didn't really like it. I didn't hate it, but I was like, I wouldn't buy it, not bothered, whatevs. Then last year, my brother and his girlfriend bought me this set for Christmas. So it had a little small bottle of it, and then this large size, and I am obsessed with it. And the last year I finished that pipette, that smaller one, and I've nearly finished this one. It's got a little bit left, but it's nearly gone. This has become my new favourite, and I'm starting to ration it now because I don't want to finish it. I really hope I get another one for Christmas. I probably won't because I haven't asked for it, but I would love to have another one of these because it is beautiful. And if I don't get it for Christmas, then at some point I will buy it. It is pricey. It is pricey, it's expensive. So it's not one that I can just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go down and buy it like my good old Ariana Grande. When this runs out, not a problem. I can replace it and it's fine to do so. But this one is not one that you can just quickly be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to spend a ridiculous amount on a perfume, which a lot of perfumes by these brands are. So it is a pricey buy, but it is one that I have loved this year. Every single night out, I have drenched myself in this perfume, and I can still smell it on me the next day, because that's how trampy I am. But you know when you wake up, I can still smell it on my skin and in my hair. Yeah, and it just lasts so well. And I do think it is a case as well, which is always good for us to remember. So when I was in the shop trying it, I would have smelled it in the bottle and I was like, meh. But actually when it's on me, when it's on my skin, I love it. It works, I believe, really, really well for me. Okay, just a couple of makeup faves that I've been loving over the last year probably. But just, you know, I use them all the time. They are my go-tos. A cheeky little bit of Plouise, and it is the bronzers. So I at the time was getting her £30 budget box. I'd definitely like to go back to getting those in the new year, but I've given myself a little bit of a break off of those. However, we got this little empty pan. So this is an empty pan, and then she sent 4 random bronzer shades over, and I just didn't really think, and I just put them all in the pan. A good idea would have been to have not have put this one in necessarily, because I'm not going to use that shade. But oh my god, actually I use them as eyeshadows as well as bronzers, which, you know, I don't normally tend to do, but I haven't been loving eyeshadow as much as I once upon a time did. I used to do bright, vibrant colours all the time, and as of late I have just been running a little bit of bronzer through the creases of my eyes, and this is perfect for doing that. I also love it as bronzer as well, guys. It is the bronzer that I've got on today, and it's really nice. So it is a mix between a matte and a glowy. I guess I would call it like a demi matte, which I've not really experienced in a bronzer like this before. I love it. Now obviously if you're going to go out and buy these, you don't have to have the palette because they are magnetic little thingies. So if you already have a magnetic palette, then you can just buy them individually, the shade that suits you best, and you know, you can just have it in whatever thingy you want. But these bronzers, I don't even know how to explain it, like I love it. So I mix these two at the top, and then when I'm doing my eyeshadow, normally on a lot of other my videos you would have seen it, I do this around all of my eye and then darken it up with whichever one I'm feeling through at the palette. So the shades that I have and are my fave. So the first one I have Adorning Amber. That's the lightest one and I absolutely adore it. Then the next one is Peanut Passion, so that's the second one there, and I really love that as well. I mix those two. Then a little bit darker now is Truly Tawny, so that's that next one. Rich Rum, so that's the deepest one. But what I find really interesting, and obviously I have a fairer skin tone, so I don't know, and I'm really bad, again, I think it's just my dyslexic brain. I'm really bad. I can't tell tones when looking at things. I think I've spoken about this before, but you know how someone can look at a colour and go, that's cool tone, that's light tone, it's blue tone, whatever. I don't know how people do that. I can't do that. I find that really hard. Like, I have no idea what tone this lipstick I've got on today. When people say you can see a bit of blue in it, no, it's red. I don't see any blue. Anyway. So the point that I'm getting to is they are just really nice different tones, aren't they? Like that one's almost got like a aubergine purpley tone to it. I don't know, but I think they're lovely. But also they're like butter. They're so soft. They blend so well, but they do have a little slight sheen to them, which you absolutely can't see that in the pan. If you like really, really matte bronzers, then they probably won't be for you. But if you don't like a really glowy bronzer, but you don't want to be like stark matte, then these might be fantastic for you, because I personally love a glowy bronzer, but this, actually finding an in-between of a matte and a really glowy bronzer, this has been working perfectly for me. I love it. They are so nice. The pigmentation's there, so definitely use a light hand. And I don't know if the camera's going to really be picking up what I mean about the glowiness, but I just love them. I really, really love them. It's been my new go-to for my face and for my eyes. Yeah, I would say if you're looking to check it out, it's one that I would definitely recommend. I love it. I then have been loving the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I loved my Charlotte Tilbury one. I do love my Charlotte Tilbury one, but I've been reaching for this one more. It's definitely so similar. It's £14, so a very good saving compared to the Charlotte Tilbury. And I'd say it's pretty much the same product, honestly. My Charlotte Tilbury one is too dark for me. I've got it in medium 4. I've definitely spoken about this before, and I do think maybe that's part of the problem, because this one is my exact match. I've got it on today. This is in shade 2 Fair Light. This one's perfect for me, so maybe that's why I've been reaching for it more than my Charlotte Tilbury. And my Charlotte Tilbury is one that I definitely reach for when I'm really tanned up and I'm going on a night out. I mix it in with my foundation. Now, some people use this, and I know people that use these just instead of any foundation. I can't do that because I do have a lot of scarring and acne, but it's something that I dab onto my face and sort of mix in with my foundation as I go. It's beautiful. It's got the same doe foot as Charlotte Tilbury, and I would say that it's even maybe a little bit more full coverage than Charlotte Tilbury, but it works beautifully and it gives you that lovely glow if that's what you like. That's what it looks like sheared out. So you could definitely, if you like a glowy tint to your skin, use that. Maybe powder over the bits that you want a little bit matte. I'm not the girl to speak to about those situs, but look, it's beautiful. I'd say if you see it, especially if you haven't got the Charlotte Tilbury and the Charlotte Tilbury is out of your budget, give this a go. You're not going to be missing out. It's pretty much the same product and it's lovely. Now, it wouldn't be, this is probably my favourite item of everything, potentially. And it is my go-to lip gloss at the minute. And I keep talking about this because I really don't want people to sleep on it. It is fucking fantastic. I love it. And it is by L'Oreal Paris. This one is loved. You can see I've got 2 or 3 others elsewhere because I just love it so much. I get it in Soar, and this is meant to be a dupe for the Dior lip gloss of some sort, which I've never purchased and don't really know anything about. It's out of my budget, ladies and gents. But this lip gloss is so nice. You can always get it on offer, you know, Superdrug have 3 for 2 or whatever. Recently it was on sale in, I think, Sainsbury's for like 7 quid. I don't know, you can get it all over the place, but you're not going to pay any more than a tenner for it. And it is so nice. So first off, the doe foot is really good. Now, I'm probably not doing the best justice showing you this one because this one has been mixed with so many different nude lipsticks that it actually looks browner, more brown on the doe foot now than it actually is when you buy it fresh, just because it's mixed with loads of lipsticks that I've used. But this lip gloss is stunning. Oh my god, I just use it all the time, constantly. I love it. It does give a slightest little plumping effect, which is not uncomfortable at all. It absolutely is not like any other plumping lip gloss that I've ever tried. It doesn't hurt. It's not uncomfortable. I guess it's just like a little bit pepperminty. Just a little bit minty on your lips. So it smells good, but it just feels lovely. It feels so nice. It's not sticky at all. It does give that little plumping effect, which you can notice ever so slightly. Doesn't sting. You don't even feel that anything's happening, but you look in the mirror and you're like, wow, my lips look so juicy and nice. It's got a lovely shine on it. Whenever I'm wearing a nude lipstick, guys, in any of my videos, the gloss that I'll be wearing 9 times out of 10 is this one. I love it even more than my Fenty gloss bombs, which I've loved for a long time. But this, it just beats it for me. The doe foot is lovely and comfortable. It's like this figure of 8 style. It holds just the right amount of product. It's got like a lovely point on the end, so it gets that Cupid's bow just right. It's not sticky, but it lasts a really good amount of time. Like, I really love Manny MUA's lip glosses. They're beautiful, they feel amazing, but they go straight away. Like, within 10 minutes they've come off. Not the case with this. Guys, if you're going to take anything from this video, please go and buy one of these and thank me later. If you like lip gloss, you will love this product. I'm telling you now, you heard it here, just go do it. Also, on a little side note about the L'Oreal lipsticks, I'm actually wearing the red today. I've got nothing else on. It's lasted really well. I've probably had it on for about 2 hours now. Not uncomfortable. It's a matte lipstick, but it doesn't feel drying or matte or uncomfortable or horrible in any way. I actually don't really feel like I've got anything on my lips, so I'm not conscious of it. And it hasn't like gone all over my face, which so often when I wear a red lipstick, I'm so cautious that it's probably smeared everywhere. So I would highly just recommend their lip ranges. I've also got another one here in Power 110, which is really nice nude, and the red is I Don't 113. Would highly recommend those. Okay, and moving on to my recent skincare regime and what I believe has been working really well for me and with my acne skin, and has really been helping me apart from today. First off, I always double cleanse. I always double cleanse my skin, but sometimes I could be a little bit lazy with it, whereas this year I would say I've been on it every day. I'm double cleansing my skin at least in the evening. In the morning I probably won't double cleanse. I'll just give my face a wash with a single cleanse, haven't had any makeup on, and all I've done through the night is obviously sleep, dribbled a little bit, and I've done my skincare the night before. So yeah, I will double cleanse every evening. I'll remove all my makeup properly. I make sure everything's off. One of my favourite cleansers is the Ren Perfect Canvas Clean Jelly Oil Cleanser. I really love this stuff. I managed to get a bundle off of Vinted recently, but I have since got another one as well, and I just love this cleanser. I try all other cleansers. I absolutely love bloody hell, Elemis's cleanser, the cleansing balm, and the gel cleanser as well from the Marine collection. I also really like loads of cleansers. I'm using a variety at the minute, but this is one that I do keep coming back to. I just love the texture. I really enjoy the smell of it. I feel like it works really well on my skin. I feel like it really does remove everything. Next up, I've really gotten into the Glow Recipe products, and the main one that I've been loving and using every day, twice a day, is the Watermelon Glow PHA plus BHA Pore Tightening Toner. This stuff, I love it. You can see how much I've used, but actually this has lasted me a good amount of time. Yeah, I just really enjoy this toner. I don't know if you're meant to use it twice a day. I do think it's gentle enough to. Listen guys, I am not a skincare expert at all. I just try things and see how they work out. But this I have been loving. I love this, and I also really like the Pixie Milky Tonic, but this is a step up from that. I prefer this one to that one, but I still use that one. I still really like it. This is beautiful. The smell isn't going to beat everybody. I personally like a watermelon scent. It's not a really strong fake watermelon scent, but it is a watermelon scent nonetheless. I actually put this on I cleanse my face, I put my eye cream on, and I do my liquid exfoliant, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then I plop this into my hands. I don't use a cotton pad. I do this, and then I push it into my skin and up my neck. And I just feel like it's been working really well with everything else that I've been using. I can't go into any science of anything, guys, because I'm not an expert. But what I can tell you is my acne has been looking much better, much clearer. My skin as a whole has been looking much better. Next up, this is my second round of using this Biosense Squalene and Lactic Acid Resurfacing Night Serum. I did speak about this briefly before in another video, and I do believe that this has been working really well for me. I have noticed my acne scarring, which I have a lot, especially on this side. I have it on both sides, but for some reason this side I have a lot of acne scarring, dark spots and circles, and you know, just the scars from my acne. And I do really see a difference with using this. I have seen that my acne scars are slowly but surely disappearing, and that brings me so much joy, because who doesn't want clear skin that doesn't have the acne scars on? Look, it's not real life. My skin will never necessarily have that, but if I can help it a little bit on its way, then I'm more than happy to do so. So yeah, I've really been enjoying this. I have also recently got the Glow Recipe version of this, which is meant to target dull spots, dull like scarring and stuff on your skin. So once I finish this little bit, which is up to here at the minute, then I will move on to that one and give it a try. I've heard really good things about it, so it might be even better than this. But so far I believe that this has really been helping for not only dulling down any active spots that I've had, but helping with the overall pigmentation and scarring on my face. And I've loved using it, and all of these things in combination, I'll say it again, have been helping me for some reason not have breakouts nearly as often. But for when I do have breakouts, the next thing I want to speak about is acne patches. Now, not necessarily this brand in particular, these are just the ones that I have at the moment, but acne patches as a whole. Guys, if you suffer with spots, breakouts, acne, whatever, invest in some of these. They're not expensive, but honestly, get some of these. It isn't an overnight cure, but it definitely helps. So I've tried loads of different brands now. I've tried ones from Beauty Bay, I've tried Superdrug's own ones, which are really good, but not that easy to get. These ones are by I don't know how to say it, COSRX. You get 26 patches in this one, and you get different sizes in this one, which I really, really like. I really enjoy using these. I slept with them on my spots last night, the one that I've got here. And when I woke up this morning, it had drawn so much crap out of the spot, and that's basically what it does. It speeds up the recovery time of that active arsehole spot that you have on your face. And I love that about it. So you pop one on. It does say that you can wear them in the day with makeup over if you want to, and they are pretty invisible. Like, you can't see loads, but you can still kind of see that it's got something on your face. I've never tried to put makeup on over it. I've never gone out of the house in one. It's not a bit of me. All I can imagine, if I put makeup on, because I wear thick makeup, that it would like start peeling and lifting, and then I'd just have this massive red spot underneath, you know, like a stamp effect almost. I put these on at night. I do all of my skincare regime. I put my moisturiser on, the last step. I leave that to soak in for maybe about half an hour or so, and then I put one of these on over the top. Or if I need to put on loads of these when my acne is really bad, sometimes I'll maybe skip the moisturiser step, do my other skincare, and then put these on and maybe work my moisturiser just where I don't have any of the active acne. In this particular branded ones that I like, and quite a few of the others have this as well, they come in different sizes, and I really like that. So in this pack you get 9 small ones, 11 medium ones, and 15 large ones. And honestly guys, I can't tell you how handy that is. So they come on these little sheets. So these are the small ones down here, these are the medium ones up here, so you can see that I've used a couple of those ones. So it has like a little circle of gel in the middle, you can see, just like a plaster, and that really does work wonders on that shitty old acne. And then you get these large ones, which I love. Not many that I've had come with ones this big, and if you get cystic acne, you know how handy that can be, because cystic acne is right under the skin and they are massive, and these ones work really, really well for that. So yeah, highly recommend those. And last but not least, we are going to talk about the Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Liquid Exfoliant. This is a salicylic acid. Apparently it's for all skin types. This stuff is amazing, and there's a reason people are talking about it non-stop. I have finished one, so I really have tried and tested it over the last couple of months before speaking to you about it, because I'm not someone that just wants to jump on a bandwagon. A lot of people are talking about it recently. I actually had the one that I finished sat on my shelf, I think, for about a year. I got it in a box of some sort, and I didn't know what it was. And I'm not a skincare guru, but I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to skincare. So I was intimidated by it. I didn't use it, and then my friend actually said, yeah, I've used it, it's really, really good. And wow, so I've been using it the last 6 months maybe, and it has completely changed my skin. So I really am trying and testing it before talking to you about it, guys. This is my second one. It is pretty pricey, but to me a little does go a long way. I have been using it on a cotton pad, but of course if you don't want to waste the product that way, you can again splash it into your palms and splash it over your face. I love it. I use this after cleansing my face. I use it every single night. It's been working wonders for my active spots and for my scarring. All of these items that I've spoken about skincare is what I have been using all together for the last 4 to 6 months, and I feel that my skin has really massively improved. And yeah, I can't rave about this stuff enough. There is a reason that everyone is talking about it as of late. And I would really love to try some more things from Paula's Choice. So if you have any recommendations, please leave them down below, especially if you have a similar skin type to me, which is that oily combo, very acne prone. Okay guys, that is absolutely everything. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. I'd love to hear all your thoughts and opinions down below. Let me know if I've spoken about any of your favourites. Let me know if you use anything that you think that I would love. My battery just died halfway through that outro, so if I've moved, that's why. But yes, I really, really love hearing all of your thoughts and opinions, guys, and any recommendations, because I feel like you guys know me by now. So yeah, don't forget to start a chat with me down below. I do try and reply to all of my comments. It might not be right away, but as soon as I have a spare moment, I do sit and reply. But yes, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Give us a thumbs up, all that jazz. It helps me out more than you know. But yeah, thank thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to the next one. Thanks guys, bye.